Making Dylan heat drum. Oh, are we rolling?
Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. What?
Now that is we can get
Copyright strike.
Copyright strike for look.
Who's that? Fred Durst? You think Fred Durst would get us?
I can't believe there was a time where the American youth was like so out there that they were like, we're gonna make Limp Bizkit famous. I ain't gonna lie though, keep rolling like that one always. I'm moving, hands. I'm not. I could imagine me beating up like 30 terrorists at once to that song. Welcome back to another episode of Mike and Dylan Hate Drama, where we read submitted advice and honestly guide people to not or possibly killing themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume at least one bit of advice has caused somebody to hop over the edge.
Man, I hope not. But I mean, if they did, then,
that's on them. Like I said, take it or not, or, do what you want to do.
Yeah, there was clearly a or not.
Right. Yeah. So we're going to get into
Do you want to tell them what just happened, though?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Before we get into today's episode, we're going to talk about a dark episode, a episode of a new podcast that we're starting called Mike and Dylan Love Conspiracies, where we talk about conspiracy theories. We started this episode. We're not going to make it a dark episode. We are going to figure out what to do with it.
It will come out.
Oh, yeah, it will come out. But, brother, we just went on the biggest political tirade.
Yeah, for those that don't want us to talk about politics, don't go over to that one.
Yes, because that one is going to be very... Well, with conspiracies, there's political undertones and stuff like that. And while we want to cover fun stuff like Bigfoot and cryptids and aliens, we also want to talk about society.
Yeah.
And come to find out, ours might or might not be a little bit fucked.
And Mike might be just a little bit passionate. He's got a little bit of passion, just a touch.
A little morsel, maybe.
For everybody. He loves to put his passion out there for everybody.
And I think my passion cut Dylan off 967,000 times during that one. So... yeah,
we're thinking like episode 3-ish, probably. We want to get people in there, maybe a little bit of fun,
be a little bit of fun, and then just be like, we're gonna be fucking, we're gonna be serious sometimes too. And then the next episode just be like, oh, hello, I was sorry about that. Oh no. So last night we were finishing up. Me and my daughter's been doing a Harry Potter marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's that take? Like 4 days?
It's 20 hours. Which I did not think. It's 8 movies, so I was like, wow, yeah. But she's always like, Dad, anytime you try a new voice, you do pretty well. And I'm not, listen, she has not heard any other people do impressions. So anybody that can get in the ballpark of a character or something. But we're sitting there, and I was talking about I have a thing on my shoulder. It's a hard bump. I've had it for like 10 years. So if it's cancerous, I should have been dead like 15 times. And she saw it and she was like, you don't get worried about it? I was like, nah, it's like another part of me. And then I was just like, I've had way worse things than that. One time I bumped my shin and I had like a bump on there. And I was like, no bigger than a Pekingese, mind you. Like fucking Hagrid off of, it sounded a lot better because I wasn't trying. And she was like, you sounded exactly like him. You also might die of cancer. And I was like, listen, if it happens, it's not going to be because of that bump. I don't know what that story was getting into.
I don't know.
Fuck me.
But I had a Bible.
Oh, no. Because fucking Jesus Christ. Because literally, I do think we are starting to we're emulating the Harry Potter movies right now.
What's that? Oh, you mean in human
Have you seen the Harry Potter movies?
I've seen some of them, but I was too old to like really have gotten into the books, and I just watched them as they came out.
Listen, we're not going to get into that because we want to give people advice and do what Mike and Dylan Hate Drama is all about, which is giving advice to people who need it and yearn for the advice like the kids yearn for the minds. Okay, and but it is pretty. It's emulating. All right.
Can I tell you about my Bible?
Oh yeah.
Since you were talking about your bumps, I know you had one on like the outside of your wrist or whatever, one of those Bible bumps that you can smack it and it goes away. I had it.
Ganglion cyst.
Is that what it is? I had it there, and it was there for a while. And I think my dad had told me, he's like, yeah, they used to call them Bible bumps because you just smack it with a Bible and it'd go away. And it was the weirdest thing. Like I was working on a computer, and then I felt it like just go, and it just went away, like because it just popped. And did yours pop or did it just like get smaller? Because you had one like on the outside of your
Oh, it's gone.
yeah, and it was like pretty hefty there for a minute.
Yeah, it was fucking. I got a wart
And
right there.
I was like, "Are you gonna smack it with the thing?" And you're like, "Nope."
Nope. Oh yeah, it is gone. Shit, I don't even know what happened to it.
Oh man, that was like your little buddy,
bro. That shit just. Where the fuck did it go? It was there like a couple days. That's crazy. That is fucking wild.
You didn't even notice that it was gone.
I didn't notice it was gone. You know me so well.
I do.
Listen, God. Aww. If we didn't just argue on an episode of Two Daddies Judging Baddies, people think we fucking.
Yeah.
They would think we're fucking.
I mean, us arguing probably means we're fucking more than us not arguing.
But listen, we vent out our frustrations. And yes, we know sometimes the kids are watching. We know you're watching, but
mommy and daddy still love each other.
That's real love. Real love has adversity. It has struggles. Okay. But you make up for it by giving a really good reach around. All right. So the first title is Job Choices. Message, hey, Dylan and Mike, already hate it. My name is Hector. I'm 20 years old, and I work at a car dealership parts department. I was joking talking to my boss about moving to the parts counter. He then asked me if I would want to move to the new warehouse. We have air conditioning at the new place, not at the dealership, or stay at the dealership. I've been there for over a year now and got a raise about 2 months ago. My problem is that I don't know what I'll be doing in the new warehouse. I don't want to stay pulling parts when I have the opportunity to start semi-fresh in a new position at the same job. Love the pod. Love y'all. Take care. That scares me, though, because if a warehouse is new and it's got air conditioning, they working y'all.
Or they just have to keep the parts good.
Yeah, they're a car. That could be it, but I like to be, they working. They working people there. It depends on what you want to do. Like, do you want to be at the storefront talking to people, or do you want to be? I always believe a manual labor job that pays you good will always be better than a customer service job that'll pay you good. Because look, working hard is one thing. I can work hard all day. I cannot handle people all the time. And it's not even like when you do a manual labor job, you have an idea of what you're going into you don't know what you're doing in customer service. You'll just get up there and a guy will come in and be like, hey, do you have like a part that would be like really good for making meth? And you think this is made up. It's just, it happens. I guarantee you someone's heard it. It's like this part where I can like make this stuff. And you're like, what are you fucking talking about? And like, are you stupid, man? Look, I don't even know what it could be, but it could be part of it's just, people are fucking weird and they blame you for everything that's wrong with the store. If you like what you do, pulling parts, if you fucking like interacting with people, grabbing shit, sure. I'm pretty sure at a warehouse, you don't have to deal with anybody. At the dealership, you 100% have to deal with people.
I would probably just look at, if it was me, and this is how I worked my way through the factory, is I looked for the people that paid the most and worked the least and like was just looking for like the best option. That's why I went into maintenance from being like a lab tech where I was testing like 1,000 different kinds of fabric in a day. And I was like, okay, I could work out on the floor. I'd get paid a little better, but I'd be working all kinds of crazy hours and also like hot as fuck all the time. And I could not leave my machine, or I could go to work in maintenance and basically walk around, do whatever I want, smoke as many cigarettes as I want, go on break. And I was like, those guys got it made and they make the most money. I want to be them. So in that situation, if it said like, I think something about your manager, I would just talk with them and be like, hey, what do you think is a smart?
Like, what have you heard about the warehouse?
Yeah. Like, is there room for upward mobility over there? Like, can I be the supervisor of the warehouse? Do you see that as a likely option?
Is there multiple shifts? Am I going to be put on a weird off shift? Yep. Like, is there a possibility that I'm like, I get the ultimatum once I go over there that, hey, I know we brought you over for first, but either you go to third or we don't need you. You can go to second, we don't need you. Just find out. Also, it might be new, but I'm pretty sure you can still look up like employee reviews. No place is like, even if it's a year old, people are going to say new. I don't know how long it's been open. I'm not rereading it. But if it's been open for some time, someone can tell you about something that's been there. Just go visit. Like, if people are standing outside, be like, what do you think of the place?
I don't think at your status of where you're at currently, either way is fine. Like, I mean, it's just kind of whatever you feel. Like, imagine you pull up to this
warehouse that's AC, okay? And you see a bunch of Mexican dudes out there who look like they just saw La Llorona. They're just like sitting out there, just like smoking a cigarette. Then brother, gone. I worked at that fucking T-Rack place in Lexington. The day I started, Mexican guy, like this man had on fucking off color flannel shirt tucked into his fucking pants. Mexican brother, necklace, gold necklace, and he was walking out, and I was like, I don't know what I'm walking into, but I know it can be used as a form of punishment. And as sure as shit, I was pulling off these big metal racks out of a paint oven, standing right next to the oven inside of a building. I got sunburnt inside of the building, sunburnt.
What? Just from the
heat of it, man. And like every so often, like one guy would just like get off the line and go throw up.
That was just normal.
Yep,
just
every day. They go over there and throw up a fucking drink, and I was like, never. I was like, we make $7.75 an hour. No, I said no mas. I looked at them. I said, who's with me? And they ignored me. But that's, brother, T-Rack going out of business. They start bringing ice down here. Gone. You gone.
A lot of companies will.
Yeah, you ain't getting a lot of white and black youth in that place that's gonna stay.
I'm gonna read the second one.
All right, yeah, read the second one.
My wife hid her herpes from me.
Nice.
You want to make prejudgments?
I think it's mouth herpes.
Hello, you two sexy bearded daddies.
Aw, rip Mike's beard.
Guys, I'm lost and have no clue what to do. So I'm 30 and my wife is 28 female. We're not really married, but we've been together for 5 years and have one child together, our son, and her daughter, who is basically mine. She refers to me as dad. Adding to this, we did get in a relationship because I knocked her up. So we live 3 hours from the coast where our parents live and took the kids out for a vacation since I'm in HVAC. And if it's hot, I'm working nonstop. Anyway, she left meds on the stovetop that she forgot. And out of curiosity, and since she was taken off some medication and would need to dispose of some, I looked at them. Unfortunately for us, I saw one that was for the herp. I looked for an hour on Google for what else this could be for. When I brought it up that evening, she got upset that I looked at the medication. After a short time, we talked about it, and she admitted that her first husband gave it to her. Now I'm going to quote her verbatim. Because I know I joke about my first marriage, but he used that to trap me and tell me that no one would ever want me, and I believed him. Even now, I still do. I'm worried you're going to leave for reals now. So after our whole relationship and before we had sex, she never shared that with me and set me up for a life-changing issue. I'm not angry, just lost, guys. Send help.
I would get a DNA test for your kids. I would try to find out what the fuck else she's lied about, because listen, when you lie about something like that, that's an everyday thing, an everyday lie. Bullface doesn't even fucking sweat. There's days you guys are just sitting there on the couch laughing and looking at each other in the eyes and having a good old time. And if she's withholding that from you, brother, there's other shit. I'm sorry. There's other shit. That is someone you cannot trust. Like, that is a little lie, like, here and there, say, your girl's trying to quit smoking and she smokes a cigarette. Come on, man. She feels ashamed of herself. That shit you can look past. Herpes is not. That's a big thing. That's something you have discussions with.
Have you ever looked into like herpes? Like what the actual like severity of it is, and like Adam Ruins Everything did an episode on it, and like basically it's been blown up to be this huge thing that it's really I have
like herpes.
That's what he's talking about though, is like
it's the different kind.
No, there's like 90% of the world has herpes of some form, of all the different kinds. And
you don't take medicine unless it's for the genital.
Yeah, but the thing is though, is most people, like a lot of people have genital herpes and never have a sore, never have anything. Like it's almost like a non-issue. So like she
takes medicine for it, brother. She knows about it. At no point she's going to bring this up.
I'm not saying that she's in the right for not telling him about it. Yes, definitely in the wrong for not telling him and not disclosing that. All I'm getting at, though, is that, like, in all actuality, herpes, genital herpes, all kinds of herpes are not really actually near as big of an issue as what they've been made out to be. Like, there's still, like, a stigma and
yes,
things
behind it. someone you're with deserves to know that. Like,
yes. No, I'm not saying that she's not.
how did y'all get through that without like? Did you not go to OBGYN appointments when they were like, "Hey, I see you got
Well, and
herpes,
how
and we don't
often
want to
does
give
she?
this to the kid"?
How often does she have sores or anything? Because that's
Is
kind
it?
of what
I
I'm
don't
getting
know
at.
if it's genital herpes. Now I think it might be mouth herpes.
Okay, and this is all I'm getting at though. Is like it's one of those things where yes, she is in the wrong. Do you want the paper?
Yeah, I want the paper because there's some things said. Let me.
All I'm getting at though is like herpes is not. When I was growing up, it was made out to be like this huge fucking deal that, oh my god, they had herpes, and like from learning from what Adam whatever Conover said or whatever, he did like a full on episode on it, and like the majority of the world has herpes.
This is why I'm saying get your kid tested, fucking look into what else she's lied about, because you catch her, she's taking medication for herpes. Okay, this is genital herpes because the husband tried to trap her, the ex-husband tried to trap her with it. You can't trap people with fucking a cold sore. Like a guy, literally, this is guys, look, a guy could be sitting at a bar and see this bad bitch, beautiful, all right? She turn around, she could have a big one, lip to lip, and he'd be like, I mean, I don't know. Can you give me head? Like, is that and she'd be like, nah, something might happen. He'd be like, yeah, we're going to try it out. We're going to try it out. But here's the thing. Because this is what she said to you. Because I know I joke about my first marriage, but he used that to trap me and tell me that no one would ever want me. And I believed him. Even now I still do. I'm worried that you're going to leave. For real now. So you caught her in a lie. And she's like, well, I lied because I'm scared of what you would do. That's when someone does that, bro. Like if she was like, I lied because I'm ashamed of it. I don't want you to think I'm nasty, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that big of a deal. She laid out the facts right there. But then she was like, I lied because I think you're going to leave me for it.
Yeah.
That's immediately just like pushing off the blame onto somebody, making it bad.
I'm more so like comforting him in his process of like, if he does end up with herpes, it's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
Like all I'm saying is look into what
But I'm telling you, bro, she's never going to tell
you.
you anything. Like if she thinks that you're going to get mildly upset about it, you are never going to know. If she fucking anything happens, there's no trust there, bro. 3 years lying about fucking that. 5
years.
God damn. Look. And he's like, I wasn't even thinking that much about it. And then fucking I look, listen, that is something, man. You cannot trust her. Like it doesn't matter. And then once again, if she's like, I felt disgusted and shit, and then I got so far into it, I was like, fuck, now I don't want to bring it up because now I look doubly. Also, I mean, look to see how long she has had this. I would be like, look, I need dates. I need proof that you have had this for more than 5 years. Honestly.
Well, yeah, I knew a guy that like back when I used to play in music, and he was a musician, and he used to sleep around all the time. And by the time he was like 17, he had herpes already, and he slept with any girl that came around and never once disclosed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. If someone did that to my daughter, you would never have to disclose that you don't have herpes again because, oh, Dad, I love that guy. Whatever.
There's actually a big case in up in New York where I grew up at, where this guy he ended up going to jail because he had AIDS and he was knowingly sleeping with like multiple women in the area, and
not disclosing. Yeah,
he ended up going to jail. I don't know for how long or whatever.
I mean, you should catch fucking. You should if you know and you don't disclose it, straight to jail. Like for I guess ever, because AIDS is forever. So can't just shit off AIDS with a keto diet. So.
No, you just do the money in the blender.
Yeah, if you got
like Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson, like people were dying during that time. Magic was just like not as bad as you think it is.
No, we're good. Did you ever watch Dallas Buyers
Do you agree with me? Great movie.
Yeah, no, like I'm just
I talk a lot of shit about Jared Leto, and then like people will start naming roles, and I'll be like, listen, let me just hate on Jared Leto because of the Batman. I'll enjoy Jared Leto and like fucking Requiem for a Dream and shit like that.
30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah, let me just hate because he was trying to like play the fucking Heath Ledger. I'm going crazy for this role. You're a 50-year-old man, bro. You ain't got to just do if you'd have just did the job, said, hey, I'm not trying to be that. If anybody, look, One rant. It's not going to be long.
It's not going to be political either, right?
No,
it's got to go on another one.
No. If you were listening to this podcast and you enjoy DC movies, okay, understand that the reason why the DC universe can't get up and going is because you motherfuckers can't get out of the past. There is always someone you're comparing somebody to, somebody you're fucking... Listen, it's like with fucking Spider-Man. Every time a Spider-Man series comes out, people watch it. And it's like one of the most watched movies of the year because they're like, hey, it's a adaptation that we love and shit like that. You guys are so ready to put somebody on the pitchfork if it's not exactly the way that you want it, that you scare these directors and everybody into making shit movies. Also, the first time a shit director gives y'all a non-shit movie, y'all are like, oh, well, this is the best we're ever going to get, so please keep making these movies. And then they're shit. Like, you guys are so scared to step out of the box. Just step out of the fucking box. You ain't got to be somebody. If somebody plays the Joker, they don't have to be Heath Ledger. They don't have to be fucking
Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, the one who flew over the cuckoo's nest? The fucking Deception. I was going to start naming shit. Yeah, Jack Nicholson. You don't have to be that. Like, you don't have to be the exact same. Heath Ledger was not the exact same. He was not as anybody portrayed it.
Well, they're better. Like, I mean, it's better for them to be unique
to find
of their own.
Like, if I was the Joker, how would I be? Like, what would I be? Me, personally, I'd just be fucking crazy. Like, I can't stick to a goddamn subject. ADHD riddled, I'd just be the guy that like fucking like rushed in, killed a lot of people, blew shit up to get to make my escape. That's how I would be the Joker. I wouldn't be this calculated fucking person. I'm not calculated. Like, if you're sitting there, Jared Leto, and you're like, how would I be the Joker? If you were just like, man, if I was that's what acting is. That's like, if I was this, how would I do it?
What would this person do in
I'd
this
be
scenario?
fucking this ditzy-brained, crazy fucking guy who, like, literally had no regards for life at all.
Just maniacal.
Right,
Like,
yeah, that had
like,
no regard for life, because if I was to play a crazy guy who could pull off even an iota of what the Joker could, it would be out of sheer recklessness. That would be it. There would be no plan. There would be no fucking rhyme or reason. The shit that would happen, you would not be able to predict because this guy does not have a plan. But that would be me playing the Joker. And if the next person who plays the Joker just views it like that instead of, no, my father was a drinker and a fiend and why so serious, it would be good. Like, you don't even have to do the voice. You can fucking give him a crazy voice. Fuck it. Like, just give him something different. Go at it differently. All right? That's why. Why the fuck did I get on Batman? Because of Jared Leto, Dallas Buyers Club, Mike and Dylan hate drama. This is MADHD. I can do that. Okay, thank you. Whew. Got scared. I was like, are we on Two Daddies? What are we on right now?
I was just talking about fucking Matthew McConaughey, how skinny he got for that fucking role.
That movie's so goddamn good, though. They knocked that shit out of the fucking park. Out of the park.
That's my favorite autobiography, is Matthew McConaughey's Green Light, I think it is. And you listen to the audiobook version of it, and it's just him talking about his life for like 3 or 4 hours. It's so
just
good.
All right.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I went down the road. And
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
The whole time.
There she was. And I was like, you know, come here, Don. just fucking doing all that crazy shit. I love it. Man. Oh, Jimmy Dean update. Also, meet your advice.
Need your advice?
Oh, it says also meet your advice. But all right, wait a second. Okay. Hey, Mike and Dylan. I do have an update. What the fuck was Jimmy Dean about?
Well, no.
Why would you not put in just like, hey, just like the Crystal story? He was like, let me give you a little update because I know Mike. God damn it, Jimmy Dean. So I got to Texas on July 3rd. I met up with her at dinner. I told her I was going to.
This is the guy that has to dress up as Trump and Mexican.
Yeah. Okay. And I told her I was going to get a hotel room. She's like, no, I'll come back to my apartment. And she was like, no, come back to my apartment. I was like, okay, cool. So, you know, we start making out a little bit and we end up passing out watching movies. So the next day was the 4th. So we were celebrating it together at her apartment. She wanted to do this thing, but she couldn't find a Trump outfit. So she found a MAGA hat, thank God. But she did the Mexican street corn bit. So this guy has a Latina with a fatty, absolute dumpster. And she will only sleep with him if he wears something Republican, which obviously means her parents are Republican and she didn't want to be. And like they berate her and she's got some kind of daddy issue that causes her to fetishize this shit. So,
or she's just worried about getting deported.
Yeah,
so
something's causing her to fetishize this. This is not Mike and Dylan, our psychologists. I don't know, but we're going to keep reading. Oh, my bit, but here's where it gets interesting. And this is where I need your guys' opinion. So earlier that day, I noticed there was this picture of a young man, and I was like, man, I'm going to need to ask her if she has a boyfriend. And I asked her, I was like, do you have a boyfriend? She said, no, that's my brother that passed away. And I was like, man, I'm really sorry for your loss. And this part is important, so I'm going to come back to it when she was doing the Mexican street corn bit. So after that was done, I went to the bathroom and I noticed something wasn't right about her vagina. It didn't look right. And I thought to myself, you know what? It's the first time you've ever been with a Mexican woman. Maybe it's nothing. So we get done and we're laying in bed and she looked like she had some strange look on her face. And I was like, what's wrong? And she said, if I tell you something, will you not be mad? And I was waiting for her to say, hey, I have a boyfriend. Nope. She used to be a man. Fuck. Damn it. Ha. This has got to be satire. I love it, though. I fucking love it. So my question is, am I gay now? A little bit. Because obviously I grabbed all my shit and I went back to my truck and I drove out of Texas. We're like a madman. So my question is, am I gay for what happened to me? But I need your guys' opinion and be brutally honest. And P.S., I'm a big fan of you guys. I tell every trucker I come across to listen to you guys. So hopefully the truckers can keep you guys on the air and make sure you guys make that money. You guys deserve it. Your number one fan, Jimmy Dean. Fuck me. I'm getting canceled. So, I just feel like I could tell between
fake meat and real meat,
the all natural and the soybean variants. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I could. You can't trick me with a fucking tofu burger and be like,
I've never seen one, so I don't know what they.
I've never seen one either, but I could have seen one. That I'm scared now because I'm like, I could have seen one, and it's just like just on
close enough to pass,
right? Like just. I assume that I have not. I feel like I would be able to tell.
This is where I'll get slightly political. I don't think it's right for somebody to not.
No, that's fucked.
Disclose that information.
That's fucked. I love women. Okay, I love women. I am not an expert on transgender people. I can't tell you about body dysmorphia. If you used to have a dick, I don't like that.
You need to disclose that.
Yeah, that's not my sexuality. Respect my goddamn. If I'm respecting every weird fucking sexuality that's out there, you're gonna respect my goddamn sexuality. And my sexuality is I don't want to fuck nobody who has or had a penis.
100% organic vagina.
Without it being disclosed to me. Listen.
Yes.
Without it being disclosed, I don't know what the fuck Mike is like. You know what I'm saying? I know I don't like dick, but if I see like a bad bitch like I got a vagina,
used to have a dick,
right?
And
this used to be a dick. At least I could sit there and be like, I can like, there's a scale of hotness to had a dick. I assume it's there. And every guy who's listening to this podcast, I don't give a fuck what your political beliefs are. I don't give a fuck what your political beliefs are. That scale is real for you. All right.
There's got to be a
big old titties, fat ass, and there's a pussy. And then they're like, hey, it used to be a dick.
No, it wasn't. No, girl.
You're going to sit there and you're going to be like, God, you're going to be doing calculus. And I'm going to tell you what, sometimes the math ain't going to go the way you think it is. All right? I'm telling you, the math ain't going to go the way you think it is.
But they got to disclose.
All I'm saying is at night when I go to bed, I had sex with titties and a pussy. That's how I would rationalize it because you had no choice in the matter. Some people are going to be like, I'd kill that person. And go be gay somewhere else, brother. Like, listen, we ain't gonna get that angry. I was in a hole that looked like a vagina. I was swindled. All right. Yeah. If anything, I'm a victim. Not gay. I'm a victim. Swindled, and I was bamboozled. Yeah. I'm not gonna kill anybody. Especially every party right here knows about it. They were like, "Yeah, I also have AIDS." Now my health is in danger. Now we could talk about something different. All right. But like I said, any guy out there, I don't give a fuck. How just I'm the not gayest man on earth. Like I will not kiss a bitch who's ever kissed another man because that's like kissing somebody else's dick. I don't give a fuck if you see just a bad, gorgeous, big old boobies, big old ass. All right, you're gonna be doing that math. You're gonna be fucking sitting there carrying the twos, bitch. Like I don't give a fuck. It's gonna happen. This whole circumstance is weird. It does feel like they grew up in a very Republican household and they were berated by their parents who wanted them to be, nah, we don't want that gay shit. Stop dressing up like a woman. Where's my man son at? You supposed to be a man, bitch. Stop being a bitch, man. grew up with that, so they fetishized it, and now it is what it is. If the story is real, once again, you are not gay. All right. If you think to yourself, though, this is what I want you to think. Take her, add the dick. All right. If you were like, I would have still went through with the situation, little gay. All right.
Yeah. If you would have put it in the back door.
If there's a dick there, if I'm like, I think of the same situation, but I'm getting pounded from the back and I'm still okay with it, then you could be like, I'm a little gay. But literally, you were swindled into some great value pussy. All right, so
some beyond pussy.
Yeah, it's the fucking Chinese, the Alibaba off brand. That's what you got. So you didn't know it wasn't designer. All right, you didn't know that it wasn't brand name. Nothing makes you gay. Once again, think about the situation. If you want to know if you're gay,
go back, you might
add a dick. Add a dick, and then you can say if you're gay or not. The people that are like, I would kill that person, that's when I'm like, you are gay and love penis. You just love penis.
Yeah, you just don't want people to
There's none of the other stuff around it. Yeah, once people they're like, I'll kill a gay person. I'm like, brother, you just get out of that closet. Go prance around and live your life. Yeah. And fucking,
It's okay for you to wear a glittery tube top at the Pride Day.
It's across the board, man. And gay people hate it. They're like, don't mask hate for people being closeted. Across the board, man. Anytime you hear somebody, especially in the public eye, be that Diddy.
Yeah.
Be fucking homophobic. And he's like, come here, play. Like, hey, you gonna earn that deal. And fucking dudes in that. It's just the gayest people say the most craziest shit. Like, they'll be like, burn all gay people. As soon as I hear that, bro, I'm like,
They're at the truck stop.
You want it so bad.
Blowjobs.
You want it so very, very bad. Now, conversely, once again, I mean, if you have all the information, if you sit there and you think about it and you was like, I nutted, I enjoyed it. Can I tell you if it's gay or not? I am not. I could say, hey, I don't want that person playing in a woman's sport. That's about as far as I can go with it. But other than that, if it's gay or not, brother, that's, I guess, up to everything's up to interpretation.
That's up for him to decide whether he wants to go back and knock it down again. Like that's
right. Like, can you handle being in a pussy and then hear harder? Like they fuck up and they go back to that hard voice. Yeah, it's gotta be so hard for gay people, man, to just wake up and be like, okay, this is how I talk. Okay, let's get in the voice. Let's get in the character.
You motherfucker.
Right. Just be normal. Like, you don't have to like gay it up or talking like a black woman. That I can't stand. You are a little white man. Stop talking like a black woman. And how black women aren't mad about that. Because it's like they talk about appropriation and shit. Gay white dudes immediately were just like, everything a black woman does, I'm going to do now. And nothing. Because they're on the same side. Listen. Y'all need to listen to the dark episode when it comes out on Mike and Dylan Love Conspiracies. Jesus Christ. All right. I'm going to get into the
short 2-pager.
That's not a big 2-pager. I'm going to do the little ones first. Then we'll get into the big one last because Dylan will probably read the big one. This title says, God fucking damn, Jimmy Dean. Let me know what you like. I do want to do an update to that. And if you like being Donald Trump, fucking dude pussy, listen. I'm the first person that'll say live your life.
Yeah.
Live your life. Have your fun.
As long as you guys
I'm not going to judge anybody for it. You know?
Consenting adults. You do what you want to do.
I don't give a fuck. The first person that goes, oh man, I would kill them. And then I would cry. And I'd rock myself back and forth. And I'd be like, I'm not a gay boy, daddy. I am not a gay boy, daddy. I don't have feelings. I'm a man, daddy. That's what I always think of when it's like people are like real crazy against gay people. The title is Dealing with My Shit Job. Dear Mike and Dylan, I'm a 28-year-old male with a wife and a 2-year-old daughter. I've been working for a milk company as a receiver. Our person from the last story is about to be a receiver. I'm just joking. All right. The job is a very physical and mentally draining job. The management sucks, pretty much like every job these days, and they keep adding more work for us to do. I don't mind working hard, but it has become overwhelming most days. When I go to management about it, they do nothing. They say a bunch of stuff to try and make me feel better, but in reality, they don't give a shit. I try my best to stick through it. I don't know how much more I can take. I do have another baby on the way, which makes this even harder because I need the insurance cut, so I just can't up and quit. God, that dark episode.
Yeah, that's for him.
Listen, yeah. Also, I also am the sole. Oh, I also am the sole provider for my family, and sometimes I feel like I'm failing as a father and a husband. What advice can you guys give me? P.S. The show, I listen to you guys every day. Not too many people out there are as straightforward as you guys are. I love it and keep it going. You're right. That's why I'm poor and nobody listens to us.
And why we created a whole other podcast that's going to be even more.
Yeah, that's going to be even more.
And
at this point, there's going to be like 5 people on this earth that be like, I really fuck with them guys.
Yeah, those guys,
they try their hardest to get people to not listen to them.
Dude, you're not failing. That's number one thing. Like
we go over that.
Like you're doing, dude.
You're getting through a system that is designed for you to fail. Yeah. Like that is the thing. And I do want you to view how you're living. Because once again, a lot of people get confused with giving their child a better life and being a good parent, man. Kids are not going to remember the gifts they got. They're going to remember times dad was there. So once again, the first thing I always say is if it's a shit job, look at your finances, look at what you're actually spending, how you could do better. And if you can, reduce some of that shit, find a better job where you're with the kids more and spending that quality time with them. Like I said, fucking iPad, fuck the latest shit. They're going to hear about other kids getting that stuff and they're going to be sad about it. And then they're going to actually see that kid on like a day-to-day basis, say they're playing sports or something like that. And you're going to be out there and they're going to be like, damn, where's your parent at? And like, oh, well, she's with her new boyfriend or what, you know what I'm saying? And then it'll click for them. They'll be like, oh, so my dad chooses to love me instead of try to, compensate his love with items and shit.
The best way I ever heard that put, it was a friend of mine and it was a quote from her dad. And he said, I didn't always get you what you want, but I always made sure you had what you need. And
don't ever say that because that's the worst thing to say, and it's so fucking annoying to hear as a kid.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Because of that, you can't always get what you want song.
No, it's like legitimately you were always provided with your needs. Like I always made sure your needs were met.
Before Dylan gets really passionate.
I'm not saying those aren't the fucking lyrics from the song.
I know my brothers used to sing that song to me.
Yeah, it's not the lyrics from the song.
Can't always.
That's not the fucking lyrics.
Well, what'd you say?
I didn't always get you what you wanted, but I always made sure you had what you needed. If you needed food, if you needed clothes on your back, if you needed hospital, I made sure that you got that. It's not the quote from the song. It's a legitimate parenting advice of like, I didn't buy you the fucking iPad. I didn't buy you the game system. I made sure you had what you needed, but I didn't always get you what you wanted, what you asked for.
My brothers used to sing that to me in a very condescending way when it would be shit about like, shoes for school instead of wearing swimming shoes. They would also constantly do the meh from the Amanda Bynes show, which would get like I would be so mad, bro. And I knew I couldn't beat them up because I was a little fat kid. So I'd just sit there and do it like that, bro. Listen. Older brothers fucking suck until you could beat them up, and then it kind of becomes better, but then they turn into not shit dudes, and then I always want to bum money from you. But listen, man, that's what I should do every time they go to bum money from you. Just be like, get a job. You have 4 kids, bro. What are you doing? Like, come on. Get on your shit, brother. I didn't mean to sound so egregious with it, but
it's not the lyrics of the song.
I just
you heard the lyrics of the song, but that's not
bro. That used to be. I was like, there's a difference because my stepdad would do it too. I'd be like, bro, there's a difference between like a Game Boy Color and then shoes where people can't smell my feet from outside of the shoes because they're designed for water. They're water shoes.
Did he get you those shoes that you're wearing now?
No,
because I smell them over here.
Oh yeah, that's because I don't wear socks, and
Neither
they're like $8 Walmart shoes. I'm going through a tough time right now, brother. But yeah, like once again, figure out your finances. I can't tell you what your finances are, and if you can, like cut down on some shit. Once again, a kid is going to be, bro. Tell a kid right now if they want something real bad. Tell them, be like, I ain't got the money to get you that. Okay, they're gonna be sad, and then start wrestling with them on a bed and see how long they stay sad for, because it's not going to be long.
Well, and there's smart ways to talk about money around kids, because that's one of the things that poor people do is they talk about money in a way that makes it like, you don't have enough. But like that same quote of like, wants versus needs. Like if a kid can really understand that like, hey, I don't need the fucking Game Boy. I need food. I need a roof over my head. If you can start getting through to them and be like, we have money, but we're deciding we're going to put money towards this. We're going to put money towards that. You want to play a sport. That's where we want to put our money towards rather than buy something that you're going to waste.
When Sorry.
Yeah, but it's just like you got to speak about money in a way that you're not saying like you don't have enough money. It's just you're choosing where you're going to put your money in a responsible manner.
I tell my daughter we
instead
have
of-
money to live.
Yes.
Like I'll be like, at no point does my bank account just sit with $0 in it. It sits with money in there that needs to go to things like the mortgage, so we have a house, and food so we can eat.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't have money right now for a video game. I don't have extra money that is not being allotted to something that requires us to live. I don't have money outside of
Yes.
what we need to live. So that's how I try to explain it to her. But once again, I am bad at money. So
Well, and with him, like, I mean, if he finds a different career that he could go into, or like you said, the easiest way to be better off, more wealthy is exactly like you said. Look where you're spending your money now. Is there anywhere that you could cut back? Is there anything you could do to make your money go further? Make those changes, and then you automatically have gotten a raise from work, even though you never got a
2-year-old
raise.
daughter and then another kid. Listen, that's what I would do. That and look, if your wife is like a real ride or die partner, and you're like, listen, I can't stand this. I want to cut back on stuff. Can we see what we could do? She's gonna help you out, man. And
Yeah. What?
Wait a second. Look, I'm not a crier, man, except for
During the
like,
podcast?
right, just a podcast. Like, I don't know what it does. I get to talking about shit. Don't hold shit back, but I started working, and then I would work 12 hours, 6, 7 days a week, man, and I was doing what a man did, and a good bit of 7 years of my daughter's life, I saw her once a week, and then a week for vacation, and everything that led up to, I could tell you with that, and once again, like I'll talk about, like, not making money with the podcast or struggling financially. I am not struggling, in my heart. People talk about like a wealthy man is a man with love. And I am one of those, like, I would like to have a podcast thing set up where I could do it and not have to worry about also the money aspect. I don't give a fuck about being rich or none of that shit. I just want to do what I love and be comfortable while doing it. But nothing ever came of that was worth me missing that I would never, there's not an opportunity for me to get back. Yeah. So if you already just don't like it, man, I would be looking into something else that had, less hours, looking where I could cut things financially, just doing the most that you can to watch that shit. Because I'm telling you, I have my daughter's my best friend. There's still that, like I said, that 7-year period that I didn't get. And with my youngest, my middle son too, I missed like, the first 4 years. He's 3 years younger than his sister. But I see these things that my youngest goes through, and and then I hear my wife talk about, well, yeah, when they did this, and it's just like, you just hear about that stuff. That's all you do. It's you get to hear about it, or you get to watch it through a video, and it'll never make up for actually being there in real life.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, man, being behind on a bill, I would rather be behind on every bill that I have and be able to go home to them and us play video games, watch Harry Potter for the goddamn 19th time because she won't watch Lord of the Rings. I would trade that. Like, I would never, ever trade that for just, going back to work and doing that, slaving away to get ahead.
Well, and I think that's like where, like right now, we're at a point where like we're pushing really hard to get these things off the ground so that they do, like Mike said, we're not looking to become like millionaires from this, but we're just looking to have a job where we can develop that like balance with our family. And right now we do a really good job of working our fucking asses off, but still being around for our family. Like last night I came up and edited to make sure that the episode went out this morning. And it was one of those cases where like I didn't get as much sleep as I should, but I got to spend the whole fucking day with my family. I couldn't do that at my other job. Like I would literally have to be there, whatever hours they tell me I got to be there, which is usually the hours that my family's awake. And so I didn't have the ability to just be like, no, I'll just push that till they're asleep. And like tomorrow, Mike's going to get his tooth removed. And like he told me that this morning, and we were talking about kind of like how my daughter was going to be taken care of for the week. Usually my mom watches her in the mornings, and then my wife on Tuesdays watches her. And so since Mike was getting his tooth pulled out, I was like,
fuck yeah.
She's been saying for a while, she's like, I miss you. Cause like I do still work a lot, even though it's not, the same as my former job, but like she's like, I miss you and like I want to spend time with you. And we did spend the whole weekend together, but for her, like, you know, she doesn't know weekdays versus weekends versus anything. So I was like, tomorrow we'll get to do a daddy-daughter day and it'll just be me and you. And so we get to like figure out what the fuck we want to do. We can go to the pool, we can go do something. And like she lit up, and like that's something that I couldn't do at a different job. Not saying that this guy should, you know, start his own business, because that's terrible. Don't do it. You will be broke. But like overall, yeah, like it and the work-life balance doesn't exist. There's no such thing as that. But you have to find what you're willing to accept, and it's going to be a trade-off of family time versus giving your life away to a company or somebody. And if there is opportunities for you to get a better job with less hours, even if you don't get paid more, like just figure out what makes the most sense for you and in your relationship with your wife and your kids, and balance all that out, figure out what makes sense. And the easiest way is
Daughter's home alone, had to check it.
What's that?
Daughter's home alone, had to check the phone
yeah.
to make sure I didn't get like a text or nothing. I'd hate to get a text 35 minutes. Dad, there's somebody strange at the front door. Fuck. Shit. Oh, but yeah. Find what you love, especially if you already hate it now.
Yeah.
There's no amount of money is going to make you doing what you don't love worth it.
And you're doing the right thing by contemplating what the options are.
Right. And here's one thing. A man who was trying, who was giving it his all, who was thinking about how he is to his family, is never failing as a father or a husband. I don't give a fuck. If you sit there and you have those moments of doubt in yourself and you're thinking about, I need to do better and all this other you're doing just fine. You're doing just fine. This is not a cut and dry thing. Ain't nobody got it figured out. Me and Dylan can say the nicest things in the world. We can say it like we have it figured out, but we make mistakes every fucking day as parents, as adults, as we don't have it figured out. But here's the thing. If you know that you don't have it figured out and you assume that you're failing and you want to get better, I believe you're 100% on the right track. All right. So the next one says, awkward morning. Hi, Mike and Dylan. Figured you would enjoy a good laugh this morning. I woke up late and got dressed in the dark to not wake my family up. Was this on the Reddit?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't read this one.
Yeah, so I just figured I figured it was a good one to put on.
Usually I read all of it. I'm really involved in it. Right now, fucking, can't wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna nut. That's gonna be so funny when the dentist pulls it out and I just fucking nut everywhere. I'm just like, sorry for all the nut. And he's like, it's okay, I got a vagina. And I'm like, whoa, what? I'm also a Latina. Put on this bag of hat. Okay, I got dressed in the dark to not wake up my family. I jumped in the truck and ran to the grocery store to do a nice deed for my wife. Been at the store for an hour and just checked out and got back to my truck. I said good morning to everyone, as I'm a friendly person, and got a weird look every time. I was wondering what everyone's issue was. Then I got to the checkout line. The checker was nice enough to tell me that my jeans fly was open and that my bright red boxers were showing. Dang, someone couldn't have told me XYZ like we used to in school. Any advice on how to properly get dressed when your baby co-sleeps and you can't get ready in your room? So I asked, since I heard y'all talking about kids sleeping in your bed in one of the podcasts. Currently, I try to set out clothes when I remember and get dressed in the dark in the living room so I don't wake up my 5-year-old. I'd be lying if I said this is the first time, but I usually catch it out in the truck on the way to work. That's memories. The memories of working at the box shop and fucking going into a different room to get dressed, to put on my shoes, everything. Oh, yeah. What's so funny is when you grab your clothes from the room, you go out. Then you got to go back in because you didn't get socks. Then you got to go back in and you get shoes. And your wife's just like, why can't you do this all at one time? And I'm like, there is one person getting ready for work right now and it's not you. So don't tell me how to do it. Okay. Don't tell me how to do it. I don't want to go. I don't want to go back. So yeah, the fly thing, honestly, not as bad as, did you see the picture circulating about the guy in the checkout line? And I mean, the biggest cum stain on the back of his shirt I have ever seen.
On his shirt?
And it
like
was,
he
it was
wiped
even,
it off? And...
oh yeah, and it was even folded like that with the big cum.
You knew it stuck.
Every person, every guy knows. Every guy knows that.
Is that toothpaste? No, toothpaste don't stick like
that. That's bubble gum. That, bro, that stain is so synonymous. You don't want to get sour cream on your shirt. A little sour cream right there, bro. We're calling that nut. Actual nut. And I'm talking about, listen, it's a healthy young lad. It was big. That was a hardy. That was a hardy.
Like it should have been from multiple occasions, but it was the pattern just made it look like
Have you not seen that one?
No.
Oh man, look, I got to show Dylan now.
Well, the way
We're
that
not.
I explained it on the Reddit was like I do the like wallet, like checking for shit in my pockets, and part of what I do is I like put my finger across the fly just to see if it's open, because I do that all the time. Like, and I think I have pants. Do you have pants that just are like, oh, the fly just comes down on its own? Do you have pants that like the fly comes down without it like?
Oh
Without
yeah,
your,
yeah. Everybody has to
and
where the
so
zippers like wore out.
yeah. And so that I do like a check sometimes. Not that but like I don't really think it's that bad. Like,
Why? Okay, there we go. Look, Hardy stain.
oh man, and it's got the ropes and everything.
Yeah. So I googled that. I
Poor
googled it wrong the
kid.
first time. So, haha.
Poor kid.
Yep, got a
Yeah, 'cause
lot
it
of.
doesn't. Nothing glues together like that.
Yeah, nothing. That's not, brother. That is not adhesive.
Isn't that what Superman that hoe was about? Was like doing that on a girl's back, and then what's that? Could be like one of those diabetes.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not though.
Yeah,
That is
100%.
splooge.
And he is not the only person that's ever went out like that.
Not
like,
on. It's not on his pants. Not on his nothing. I think I did it not too long ago.
I think it would be better if it was on the front of your shirt, so then you could at least. Be
Oh, you'd be like, bro,
shit.
it's sour cream. You know, that's I just had a donut.
Or
in
you
the-
just like walk through like this. You'd just be like, oh yeah, no, my side's hurting. So I'm just
yeah,
like,
you know,
oh,
fucking. I had a donut and it had like the drippy glaze on it, and people were like, drippy glaze, like drippy glaze, it's drippy glaze.
And then it glued itself back together.
Yeah, but
like,
you can't.
It's been
you can't,
dried
like,
for.
on the back too.
No, you're
Because
done.
then we're making jokes. We're like, you know what?
Took
You
that back
yeah,
shot.
on the back. Yeah, you got. It was just right there. They just.
Was that from Diddy?
Yeah, you're never, ever getting over that. But the zipper undone, bright red
Yeah.
boxers. I thought it was gonna be like panties or something. You put on some panties, and I was gonna be
Put
like,
on the girls.
I
Yeah.
was like, brother, you could be honest with us. But
Have
it
you
was.
ever-
It was just unzipper. It was zippered down. And
Red
listen,
boxers. Yeah.
I've zippered down commando.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
so,
dangerous though, because like that's the one time that your shit like actually wants to like going to zip it up. It's like, whoa, that was way too close.
yeah. So just
I wonder if girls have ever had that issue. With
I would
the
say
zipper.
pubes. I've never like almost zipped my actual wiener up.
Oh, I've been close.
Pubes though, like, and also I don't. How often have you ever unzipped your pants to pee?
I don't usually. It's usually unbutton and then
Right,
kinda,
yeah,
like, pull
just-
down.
I just kind of just like flip it over the
Yeah.
top too. I was just fucking and just be like sitting there.
See, I should do it like the little kids, like the little boys, like where you just like drop
Oh,
your
bro,
trousers.
ass down,
Yeah,
like or ass
just
down,
drop them to
fucking
your
pants down, whole
down to your
ass is
ankles.
out.
Yeah, and just hold it.
So we potty trained my youngest, and he's doing that, and I got to
Yeah.
pee with him too. And Judge Biddlefucker, he is peeing 100%. 4 years old, nonverbal autistic. Dad did that. All right, listen, I'm not saying I'm God's gift to parenting autistic babies, but I'm just saying we can read each other's minds, so it's a little bit easier. All right, we come from the same tree of learning. But so, you know, I go in there and I'm showing them how to do it the whole time. And what's so funny is like I'm showing him how I hold my wiener, and he can't hold his like that. So I got to get down there, and I'm like grabbing his hands, and we're like, I'm trying to use
to do
his
it
hands
together,
to
yeah.
pinch it and to like aim it in there and to
Yeah,
pee.
It's like a squirt gun. You just got to point it right.
And I was like, man, he's never going to get it. And then literally second time we went, he just does it like he's a fucking professional, been doing it the whole time. And then he'll start peeing in there. Remember, I pee with him too. Now, when he pees, he just like, because he'll go in there when he doesn't have to, it'll like dribble.
yeah.
So I'm actually peeing. And then he'll like sit back and he'll go, ew, stinky. I'm like, I'm a grown man. I eat grown man stuff. Smells like asparagus and depression. Shut up. But he'll just be like, ooh, daddy's peeing. Stinky. I'm like, shut up, dick.
So you're nonverbal except for judgment.
Yeah, he's Albert. He'll judge you. Like the funniest shit. And once again, we're at the point where we can't say nonverbal, but that's what
Yeah. Well, I mean,
He was labeled
if he
as.
can't like, if he's not kept up with,
he's
the
severely
normal,
speech
yeah.
delayed. And cannot tell you anything coherently, cannot form a sentence. So we just say nonverbal.
How's the pad thing working? Has he gotten
They've
into
ordered
that?
it, they've not
Oh,
brought it, but
okay.
he is getting one of the speech pads that you talk with. I don't know why I have to clarify that about my son. It's just because people create like a hierarchy in how disabled their child is, and then I'm just like, there's something wrong with you if you're bringing that up. Well, he could say some words, so it's not like true. You can shut the fuck up, bitch. Like obviously your child doesn't talk because you like to run your goddamn mouth too much. Apparently you've used all of the fucking family talking points up.
Oh, is that why? That's probably why he's.
That's
not
why.
talking.
Yes, I'm at the last
You're
one,
using
and
them all up.
he's ran out. He's ran out. Middle son just doesn't speak because he's like, listen, I don't fuck with really nobody. I'm a lone wolf until he wants. But he's the best at buttering somebody up.
Yeah.
Because he'd be like, but Dad, you were just so funny and handsome. And I'm like, damn, bud, thanks you. And he'd be like, you told a joke earlier. I thought it was funny, man. I wanted to come up and tell you. My daughter, she just makes it obvious. He'll say something like that, and he'll even like say part of that. I'm like, you heard it, and you thought it was, and you got it. He'll like, yeah, I got it, man. I'm smart, and yeah, I think I get that. I think I get it from you how smart I am, because I'll be saying stuff to mom, and he'll fly over. I'll be like, right. He'd be like, so there's this thing. It's like 1,000 Robux. Fucker.
See, what he needs to learn how to do is to go out of the room, go find some time just doing something else, and then be like, oh, Dad, there's this cool thing on Roblox.
Let it sit a little bit.
Yeah, just let it marinate a little bit.
He'll do that. He's really good at it. And he'll just be like, you know what we haven't done in a while, Dad? We haven't played this game together. Yeah.
No.
And there's this thing that's like, motherfucker. All right, so we are getting on the last. Oh, it's Stop Hating Welding Trade School. I'm getting it now. Oh,
Do you want me to read it?
no, I got it.
All right.
I'm. What's the word?
Ready for your Mexican
I don't fucking. What's
corn
the
on
word? Like I'm locked in. There we
in
go.
the zone?
Yeah, for the 5th podcast that we've done in a row now. 4th?
Fourth today. Yeah.
4th? We've only been doing this for
6 hours.
7 hours.
You showed up at 10.
Almost 8 hours.
Showed up at 10.
I showed up at 9 o'clock. Yep, 9:16. I pulled up at 9:16.
I don't think so.
I got the fucking text message right here, buddy. 9:16 in the motherfucking morning. Oh, I left at 9, so I got here at 9:20. 9:20. 5 o'clock.
It's the longest day you put in a while.
Stop hating welding training school. All right, listen. This is the advice we need to give out. All right, we need to focus on that and not
How long you been here?
Mike's tardiness. Okay. Howdy, Mike and Dylan. Just wanted to give my comment story on welding trade school. I'm going to start by saying it's the best thing I ever did. I quit a job because the company tried to use my military service against me, pay, opportunities, etc. After which, I was job hopping and just mentally down. How do they use that against you? Oh, I guess since you was over there killing people, you got to kill people now for us, and we ain't going to pay you anymore. I've got a kid to feed, and I'm barely making it. Then I found out about the local welding school at the Patrick Henry Community College, Henry County, Virginia. For those nearby, and opportunities available. I gave it my all 2 days a week for 6 hours each.
That's up near DC.
Yeah, we're doing a Patrick Henry Community College ad right now.
No.
Nighttime classes available as well as shorter hours for 3 days. My trainer teacher told everyone to treat it like a job, and he would be a reference. I loved every moment of it. Took blueprint reading and metallurgy explains how metal works. Learned so much, even with explanations of how some jobs will be or expectations. Used FAFSA and all was covered. My next goal while in school was to find a job already and had many certifications. John Deere, Kernersville, North Carolina was my first choice, and with these certifications, I applied. It's the hardest job to get on. Got an email to take a welding test, had to borrow my dad's truck at $20 of gas to get there. Went there, took the test, and then explained how far I was, and they gave me an interview then. A couple days later, I'm at school and explained to my teacher, I think I'm all right. I'm just waiting for a call to see if I got the job. He then asked to check my email. I opened my email. Tears began to roll. Him and other welders standing by me. I got the job. Best ending to the start of an awesome career. No apprenticeship, no hassle, just 2 weeks of classroom for safety and such, then straight to the line welding, doing the same thing as everyone else. A welding job where I'm not traveling. All equipment is covered. It would be expensive. Safety is number one. Best pay for non-traveling welders. Plenty of time off, even if you call out. Helping a relative spouse have a baby, bereavement, got to go to kids' school events and others. Overall, many jobs will see your schooling as job experience. I went from seeing if my bank would charge for overdraft to what I could invest some spare money in. I mean, I've made 6 figures some years, so stop hating on the trade school and promote it. Can you give me a job?
You flip the page. You still got
I want to get a job.
Yeah, it's right over there in Kernersville. You could get the
That's
job.
what I'm saying. It's right up the road from us.
You can go to DDCC and get your welding certificates.
Does it take 2 weeks?
I think he was talking about the training at John Deere was the 2 weeks.
Oh,
Like,
man.
I don't think it's very long though. Like I think you can get certificates pretty quick at trade schools.
Damn.
But
I
I think
absolutely
it'd
love
be-
the podcast. Watched Mike's videos many times and just found the podcast a couple weeks ago and playing them nonstop. Enjoy how many are put out. Also, I've listened to Smosh Reed's Reddit stories and never cared to have a Reddit, but y'all make me want to have one. Y'all are definitely better. Y'all are definitely better than Smosh Reed's Reddits. Bringing it in more personal in responses and just normal conversations. No care in the world to go on a rant, and I'm here for it. I've listened to many podcasts, but just to say, I looked at the video and I seriously did not think Dylan would look like that. He sounds like an office guy. It's Dill in, Dill out. All right, you're the Dylan guy. And that was it. All right, look, I love you so much. And I know it is your opinion to say that we are better than Smosh Reed's Reddit. All right, that's your opinion, and I respect your opinion. I'm not going to say neither here nor there. If Mike and Dylan hate drama is better than Smosh Reed's Reddit, I'm not going to say that because you said it. But fuck yeah, man. Look, that is a very valid point to what I was saying.
Well, I think that's the thing is people that have actually experienced that stuff know at least some of it because like we aren't welders, we're not in that thing, and like if that works, but like I think we were thinking of it as like one of these like welding schools, like a school that you go to for welding, and not just the community college. The community college is going to be fairly cheap.
That is
for most
dope,
things
yeah, and
that,
FAFSA and all that stuff, but like shit that I don't get is like, you know, the TCPI shit and stuff like that. And
ECPI, like the
ECPI, yeah.
computer tech stuff, yeah. And
there's one also. There was God, man, it's like UTI.
Triangle Tech.
UTI. That one's the one I like. Urinary tract infection. They go by UTI. I'm like, did y'all? There's various ways y'all could have fucking made this.
Well, my mom was talking about her primary care physician the other day, and she's like, "Yeah, I got to talk to my PCP." I was like, "What?
Angel dust? Like, are you
doing horse tranquilizer?
Are you
what?
fucking
What are we
snorting it? PCP is angel dust.
Yeah, which is horse tranquilizer.
No,
Yes.
no, it's not,
Yes, it's
brother. No, it is not. You will be anything but tranquilized for
Exactly.
PCP.
all right.
What?
Who's gonna?
All right, we're gonna see what is PCP. Penicillin also is a street drug as angel dust, among other names. It is a dissociative anesthetic mainly used recreationally for its significant mind-altering effects. PCP may cause, I guess it is because it's an anesthetic. It says right there. So that would be but also cocaine is an anesthetic and you wouldn't call it a tranquilizer.
PCP was developed in the 1950s at an intravenous anesthetic.
Yes, that is
But
it
its
numbs
use for
you.
humans was discontinued because it caused patients to become agitated, delusional, and irrational.
Wait a second. Let me make sure I'm right. Anesthetic. Medicationally that blocks and prevents pain or discomfort. So yeah. So it is but also cocaine is an anesthetic. So not a tranquilizer. That's just what I was saying. It's not a tranquilizer. You ain't gonna be like, yeah. I've seen people do PCP, and not one of them was just like. All of them was just like, I'm scared, and I want to run, and I'm terrified, and I'm gonna run away from being terrified of running. That's one I saw, man. I just like I've seen people accidentally smoke it too, like in marijuana.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, who does that? Who's just like, I really love PCP.
So I guess it's very similar to ketamine.
Ketamine is a tranquilizer. That's trank.
It says PCP, like ketamine, also acts as a potent dopamine D2 receptor partial antagonist.
Oh, okay. So I guess it would be more. Well, I don't understand. Because I know the anesthetic is just anything that like numbs
Yeah.
and blocks signals. Like anesthesia, that is a tranquilizer too. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's a different name for the lidocaines, the cocaines, and the shit like that. I don't fucking know. Tranquilizer, I wouldn't label it as that.
Yeah. No, that's just what I always hear.
Like I said, I've only experienced people doing it like 2 or 3 times, and they never seem tranked.
No.
Like, they didn't seem down. I've seen people do ketamine and literally fucking fentanyl. So
I've never seen ketamine usage either.
Yeah, my cousins used to really love horse tranquilizer, and they're like, "Hey, you want to ruin your whole fucking day and not get shit done?" I'm like, "No, God, that sounds."
That
What
sounds
if
like a
somebody
waste of a
breaks
day.
in to your house and y'all are just like, and I'm just
But
no.
like, how's the day? Like, you just basically clicked the
People are
movie.
doing
Like,
ketamine with fentanyl now, injecting it, and I'm
Really?
just. It's so crazy because I just experienced the first person I've ever experienced actually snort like they do straight fentanyl, and that's like, how much do you do? Because they're like, a grain of sand will kill you. This guy is obviously immortal.
and it's the man-made drugs that like keep coming out that are like the worst
That's
ones.
the one. They're the worst ones. Like the ones that God intended, like cocaine. He was like, look, you got to put a little gasoline on it.
Well,
But
or you could just like chew the fucking leaves and you get like a buzz. Like you
no
can,
way, because
yeah.
I'll get like, I need to get some.
That's
coke
originally
leaves.
where they got it.
How much?
Like
How much time do I get for getting the leaves?
I don't know. I think you could probably grow it in your yard. I don't know. It's when you distill it down that it becomes a
Listen,
problem.
that's God right there. If I could chew on a leaf, I guarantee you, chewing on the leaf is more healthy than an energy shot.
Oh yeah.
I'm 100% saying that right now. Now, when you use gas to really extract it, we getting something different, all right? And we're getting the extracted version, okay? That's like zoom zoom. But
Yeah, see, you just do the weed, the mushrooms, just chew on
it's
the
like
leaves.
kratom though,
Like,
because kratom comes from a plant also, and I don't know. There's a big push to get that shit like legalized, and there's a bunch of people that say it helps them, like with addiction and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
well, I mean, it's
Anything is
basically-
just anything's abusable, brother. That's just
And the thing is, though, is the ones that are the most abusable are the ones that they sell at the fucking drugstore.
right. Yeah,
At
the,
the
the
drugstore.
man-made shit. Yeah,
Like
The-
you don't see people like the only reason you see people doing a bunch of stupid shit with the illegal ones is because there's a black market, and so there's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of like theft and crime associated around it.
what
but
you
it's not
do though,
actually
what
the
you do to
drugs.
really get the black markets going, is you're like, hey, here's a prescription medication that acts just like kind of like a baby version of that one, and we're gonna make it massive abundant, get a bunch of people addicted, and we're gonna pull it all away as soon as this
and
crazy
make
shit
it
called
super expensive.
as soon as this crazy shit called fentanyl comes out, which you could tell me all day. I'm sorry. There's coincidences, then there's conspiracies. You could check that out on, or that's going to be one of our episodes.
Yeah, we need to do some write-ups of what we're gonna do on the
Oh
next
man, I
podcast.
know I'm gonna have a great time. I think we do something real fun. Then we do like
Then crazy.
opioids, yeah, and then we go into the fucking crazy political one, and then fun again. And then people are like, "Listen, you don't know what you're gonna get." Because honestly, it could be about the chupacabra.
I really
and,
like history ones too.
Oh, I fucking
Like,
love it.
history ones are gonna
Because
be
I
fun.
wanted to do the manliest men in history type
Yeah.
shit, and we were going to cover like George Washington, fucking Genghis Khan. I was like, they don't have to be a good person; they just got to be manly. But yeah, I think this has been a great episode of Mike and Dylan Hate Drama. If you guys need advice, if you need help in your life, you could submit at MikeandDylan.com, MikeandDylan.com. Also, if you are a blue collar worker or know a blue collar worker that would like some nice quality clothing, you can find that at LaborLlama.com, LABORLAMA. That is Mike and Dylan Hate Drama. That's their official sponsor. Because me and Dylan own it, we make sure that every piece of clothing is quality and ready to come to you and, I don't know, make your life better.
And also,
just like our advice.
We're running a special right now. MADHD 30 gets you 30% off anything in the store.
Anything in the store, man. What a great deal by some great guys. Listen, I love you all, and I hope your penis grows an inch overnight. I hope your boobs get a little bit bigger. I do hope that's not cancerous. I do want to bring that up too. And we will see you next time.
Later.